Witches are lying to you. Hi, if you've never seen me before, my name is Bianca. I'm a spiritual consultant. I'm a psychic witch, and I'm here today to tell you that all of the money you've been spending on spell oils, clones, whatever the hell you've been buying, has all been for nothing. I am so sorry to be the person to tell you this. About 90% of the people that are very popular on here that sell spell oils and clones and things like that, sure, it's pretty, sure, it smells great, it's fragrance, but you know what's actually happening? Do you know why it quote unquote works? It's because of you. It has nothing to do with whoever's making it. It has everything to do with you. And my love, if you literally use canola oil, you use grapeseed oil just from a bottle, you would get the same exact results. But if it is a spell oil, that means the product has been made. Here, I'll show you. The product's been made, and what has to happen for it to be a spell oil is the person making it casting a spell. Therefore, the spell and the oil is only as effective as the actual practitioner, as the witch making it. And sorry, newsflash, majority of these people are shitty fucking witches. I'm so sorry to say it like that, but I'm tired of people getting so popular and having these followings and whatnot, and you're selling people bullshit.
Hey friend, okay, you have gotten a lot of feedback on those witchy hot takes, but I feel compelled to respond, maybe offer a different perspective, because two of my areas of expertise here on Witch Talk are the pitfalls of comparative marketing in the Witch Talk community, but also linguistics. First, we'll start with the easiest one. Comparative marketing like that on Witch Talk always backfires. Always. For all the issues that Witch Talk has, above all, it tends to value integrity, authenticity, respect for other people's practices, and not acting like an MLM. A lot of people employing the same tactics as you will try to punch down at other creators. What you're doing is clearly trying to punch up at larger creators. The problem is people smell the same energy no matter what. When you try to cut down others, no matter where they are compared to you, it tells everybody that you want to rise up by pulling others down. Whether you mean it or not, it actually screams you don't have enough confidence in your work. You will never, ever, 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 ever rise with integrity and authenticity to success by pulling others down. I can name several witches, spiritual practitioners on Witch Talk, who have either disappeared completely, suffered the consequences of using this tactic, or changed their tactics and seen a lot of positive impact from that. Now let's get to the language part of it. Calling something a spell oil does not make a spell. Doesn't matter how you spin it. If somebody wants a specific spell, a bespoke spell for them, then they would purchase a working from you, not an oil that is produced en masse. By design, magic is a participatory act, and even the practitioner or the person who is buying the spell oil from you is required to do something with it. You don't open the box of the spell oil and there's magic, that's it. The practitioner or the person still has to put it on themselves. They would still use it in a working. It is the fuel of magic, not the magic itself. You want to say that the spell oils are pretty or aesthetic, we can go do the same thing with canola oil. The thing is that the aesthetic or the scent of a thing is one of the oldest forms of witchcraft. Scent itself evokes emotions and memories and things that we need to conjure when we're trying to manifest something or we're trying to draw an energy of something. So the aesthetic or the smell of something is important, especially in witchcraft, even if you're just buying it from another practitioner. Let's look at the word spell itself. The Old English word for spell was galdor, and that is a spoken, written word. It is a story, a narrative. It is language. It is not a working. By way of words like gospel, which is God's spell, or spellbound, which is to be riveted by words or a story or a narrative. This is why in school, when we are learning our letters and our words, we call it spelling. Now in modern folk magic, the spell has come to mean the words performed, the intention, act, or the direction of energy. It's like herbs and talismans and oils and objects. Those are ingredients of a spell. They're all components and not the actual spell itself. For example, I wouldn't go to the grocery store and buy baking flour and think that I bought a cake. And buy sugar and think I bought candy, because the ingredients themselves need a maker. Another good example that goes along with the scent thing is perfume. So perfume alone doesn't seduce anybody. It doesn't make anybody feel fabulous. The act of purchasing it, putting it on, smelling it, activating the senses, that's the magic. Anybody who buys a spell oil knows, or should know, that they are not buying a working. If you're trying to save people money thinking they can buy a spell oil that is a spell, then that spell oil should be part of a grander, bespoke, tailored working. What you're really upset about is the word, and what your oils should also say then is if the bottle itself is the spell, it should be magical working. For example, in Old Norse, Sather is the magical act. In Irish, it's dríocht. In Latin, it would have been incantatio for the spell. It would have been conjurito for the working. In Greek, pharmakia, we know, is for witch or sorcery in the Bible, but it would have been pharmakon for the thing itself, drug, the charm, the poison, or the remedy. In Greek, it also would have been praxis for the working itself, not spell, not the meaning of spell. While I know you claim that what you were posting is education, it was really just a sales pitch that is really heavily dipped in insecurity. So yeah, originally the old English word spell meant speech, story, formula, not a pre-charged, out of the box working product. Spell oils, I don't care who they're from, are an ingredient, not a standalone working. Claiming that other people's oils are not spells, they don't work completely alone, is not linguistics. It is bad marketing. And us witches, we have enough problems to deal with the Christians and the outside community. We don't need to be tearing each other down. You will never, ever, ever, ever get to the top by stepping on others, especially with witches, because we call that shit out. So it's just important to remember that the spell is the act, not the accessory. We don't burn other witches to make ourselves brighter.